I'm going to teach you how to blow up your guitar playing this week in just 2 minutes a day with a fun exercise. It all has to do with how your brain functions and how your brain communicates with your hand. If you stick around to the end, I'll give you a harder version and an easier version so you can fit this exercise to your skill level right now. Let's jump into it. What we're going to do is called a fixed finger exercise, but we're going to do it in a specific way. So I'm going to line up on the third string, the G string, at frets 5, 6, 7. And I don't have a pinky, but you probably do. So you'll go ahead and put your pinky on 8th fret. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to intentionally leave 2 of our fingers down. In this case, we're going to start by leaving our ring finger, and for you, your pinky down, and we're going to move our index and middle finger. I'm going to move my index finger from the 3rd string to the 4th string, and I'm going to pluck it. And then I'm going to move my middle finger from the 3rd string to the 2nd. Then I'm going to move my index finger to the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and I'm going to move my middle finger to the 6th fret of the 4th string. So those 4 notes look like this. Keep in mind, as we do this, we're keeping our other 2 fingers planted in place. Now, I know I'm moving a little quickly. If you want a PDF with a tab for this that you can follow along with, you can get it for free by joining me at skool.com/guitar. Now, what we want to do is we want to repeat those 4 notes. Index, middle, over and over again, keeping our other fingers in place. Now we can try to do this with each possible permutation of our fingers. So I just did index and middle. So now I'm going to try to keep my middle finger planted and do the same thing with my index and ring finger. So my index finger goes to 4th, ring goes to 2nd, index to 2nd, ring to 4th. And I just do this in a loop. Again, my middle finger is staying glued to the 3rd string, and for you, your pinky will also stay glued to the 3rd string. That's where the trick comes in. What we're doing is we're sending a signal from our brain to every single finger. Now, 2 of our fingers are getting the complicated signal, move, go to this fret, go to this string, but 2 of them are getting the really easy signal of just stay put. Now, that lets us build a deeper connection between our brain and our fingers. This is how we create muscle memory. So I'm going to try the last permutation that I can do because I'm missing my pinky, which is leaving my index finger planted and moving my middle and ring. Now, for you, you'll want to try it with your ring finger and your pinky, with your pinky and your middle finger. Every permutation you can possibly do. This builds an incredibly strong connection between your brain and your fingers, not to mention it's kind of a pick workout jumping over that string. Now, I promised you a harder version and an easier version. So let's start with the harder version. The first thing that we can do is just increase the jump. For example, instead of doing 3rd and 2nd strings, we could do 4th and 2nd. Or 6th and 1st. And we could even move back towards the headstock. So instead of frets 5, 6, 7, and then 8, it could be 3, 4, 5, 6. Or it could be frets 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, as I do that, I'm really acrobatic with my elbow, making sure that I'm turning in and out and forward and away to make sure I can get in the best possible position to fret those notes. Now, let's talk about an easier version if this is a little tricky for you. We'll line back up on 5, 6, 7, and for you, 8th fret on the 3rd string. And what I want you to do is you're just going to pluck string 3 on the index, 2 on the index. We're only moving 1 finger. We're leaving all 3 fingers down. And then we can just go through each finger and do this. Not having 2 fingers moving is easier on our brain. The moving, the targeting a certain fret, a certain string with our finger and our pick, that's the complex signal. The stay put signal is the easy one. And so we end up giving 3 of our fingers that easier stay put signal. And that's a great place to start. The goal with this exercise isn't really speed. Feel free to play it as fast as you can comfortably, but the goal isn't to push the speed. It's to connect your brain with your fingers. So the most important thing is you go as slowly as you need to play it accurately. Now, exercises are great, but they won't make much of a difference if you're not actually learning songs. In this video, I give you all the tools you need to learn a simple song from beginning to end and be able to play it with confidence. But more importantly, it teaches you how to learn songs yourself.